welcome to Smashie Reviews. I'm Smashie, as always, and today I will be reviewing Ryde. I have maybe 6 or 7 videos out there, so you should know by now that my reviews are full of spoilers, so if you don't take too kindly to spoilers, go ahead and skip to the end of the video. For those who are new, I have a small checklist of things that I look for in movies, mostly horror movies. Plot, set, dialogue, gore, acting, score, no particular order. Let's get into it. This movie came out September 15th, 2017. It was directed by Brian Frank Visciglia? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm sorry if I'm not. It stars David Wachs, Jessica Serfaty, and Ronnie Alvarez. It's about a serial killer who kills a ride driver and takes on his identity, picking up people overnight and killing them as well. The acting is alright, it's not perfect. The dude, Paul, the killer, his acting was a little overdramatic whenever he killed someone, especially when he kills the girl in the alley. He eventually gets a dude later on during the night. He picks him up. His name is Terrence, or Double T. I don't really blame Paul for killing him. He was pretty annoying. The dialogue, it's alright as well. It would have been good to have some backstory on the killer, other than the fact that he had a wife, but that's probably not even true. Other than knowing his name, nothing is really revealed about him, his motives, nothing's revealed on, like, why he decided to kill people. I guess he just woke up one day and was just like, you know what, fuck everybody, I'm killing everybody. We also see a couple named Jasmine and Marcus, who seem to be having problems of some sort. She's pregnant. She doesn't know, he doesn't know. She took a test, and before she can go check it, he was just like, come on, let's go, we're gonna be late, or whatever. So I'm just like, really, dude? I don't like her boyfriend. He's too infatuated with his hair. Typical asshole. He depends on her to order his shit at the bar, we later on see, and I'm like, later on when they get picked up by Paul, they're talking in the back seat, and he says that he wants a family too, and then he calls her a self-centered bitch. We then see Paul pull over and beat the living fuck out of Marcus, but that seems to be him imagining, you know, that kind of thing. So he drops them off. Later on he picks up 3 girls, one drunk as hell. He kills the sober ones in the backyard, and then he leaves the drunk one alive in the house. Later on the night he picks up Jasmine again. He attempts to, he kidnapped her. I think he wanted to kill her. After she realized that he wasn't Carl, the driver that he killed. They fight while he's driving after she comes back to consciousness. She tries to strangle him. She fails. The car crashes into a junk car, and Jasmine later on gets rescued after the car sets fire. She ends up in the hospital. I like how Marcus is like, oh, forgive me for acting like an asshole, after he found out, you know, that she was pregnant. She gets asked by a detective to identify the driver's body, and she says that it's not him. It was actually the driver we saw in the beginning of the film. In a cutscene during the credits, we see 2 girls getting into the Ryde car with Paul as the driver. Which, of course, is typical, because you know, once they're just like, hey, you need to identify the body, it's usually never the killer. It's always somebody else. You could expect it. Like, it was predictable. The ending was sort of predictable. Right when the detective came in, you knew automatically that he was not dead. Anyway, the plot is decent. I like the idea. It wasn't poorly executed. It was pretty good, but I do think they could have done better. But I understand budget cuts. Totally understandable. It would have been nice to get more info on Paul, but I honestly, I get that too. You know, they wanted to keep his personal life and motives a mystery. The set wasn't really anything. It was basically just the streets of LA and the car, and the inside of the car. and except for a couple scenes in the house. That's pretty much it. That was nothing. So nothing to say other than that LA looks beautiful at night from what I saw in the movie. Also, in some takes, I had to rewind a couple times. I had to rewind a couple times because right when he's driving, right when the car is going on, and you see the lights and reflecting from the inside of the car, you could see the camera and the mic. Like, you could see it. If you looked hard enough, you could see it at some parts. So, because I'm observant. Whoops. The gore, little to none. Just a small amount of just blood. That's pretty much it. So there's nothing really to talk about that. The score is alright. We get like a suspenseful, calm, hip-hop like score along with an actual song. If I find it, I'll put the name of it in the description below. I've stated in a previous video, I think, that I don't really listen to rap or hip-hop. It's not my preferred. I don't listen to it often. It's not my preferred type of music to like listen to every day. But I thought the score was pretty chill. This movie kind of reminded me of those kind of films that go into like festivals, like Sundance Film Fest or something like that. Despite not knowing anything about Paul, it was still a pretty good watch. I recommend it for people who like these kinds of movies. I don't know exactly what genre this would be. I know it's horror. It might be suspense, thriller, horror, mix of each. That's all I have to say about Ryde. Thank you for watching and being patient. I really appreciate it. Leave a like and comment telling me what you thought of the movie. Don't forget to subscribe. We'd very much appreciate that. I update Smashie reviews every Wednesday, so tune in every Wednesday. Hit that notification bell too. Woo! So, I'm Smashie.